Thank you, Ms. Mendez, for agreeing to be interviewed as we learn about the intricacies of the UNIA.
Thank you for having me.
To begin with, how did you get started in the UNIA?
Actually, I joined last year on August 1 after Garvey gave his first International Convention of the Negro Peoples of the World speech at the Liberty Hall. He brought messages of Black pride, self-sufficiency, and racial unity, which really appealed to me.
Awesome! Many persons have been drawn into the UNIA by what they describe as Garvey's charisma. What are your views on this?
Indeed, Garvey was known as a very charismatic man. He had great oratory skills which further appealed to the masses.
Now we know that when the movement initially started, the membership was a bit underwhelming. However, after the years, it has grown exponentially. Would you say that Garvey's charisma was the primary factor for this growth?
In my perspective, no single factor was responsible for the growth of the UNIA. The growth is explained by a multiplicity of factors.
What then do you think is the primary factor which resulted in the growth of the UNIA?
The main factor for me was the discrepancies of the post-war period. When Garvey moved to the United States, he revamped the UNIA. However, its growth started at the end of World War I. At this time, it rapidly grew into one of, if not the largest revolutionary movement, and amassed a lot of members.
Please explain further how the post-war period facilitated the growth of the UNIA.
Okay, so when Black men went off to fight in World War I, they hoped to return to a society that readily accepted them as equals. Rather, they found a society more violent, racially divided, and intolerant of blacks. This state in which they found the society was further amplified by the lynch mobs and racist behaviors, which exacerbated the racial hostility towards black people.
Wow! So, how did they get involved in the movement with all this hostility directed at them?
The hopes of a better society which kept them through the war quickly dissolved into bitter cynicism, as they had to find a way to escape their harsh realities. The opportunity presented itself in the radicalism of the UNIA led by Garvey. Coincidentally too, this period aligned with what historians refer to as the progressive movement period, which saw the emergence of quite a few radical movements.